How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we have the TEQ Demon King Piccolo's EZA, the long-awaited World Tournament EZA. In fact, I'm pretty sure the moment they said World Tournament EZA, this was the first guy people were waiting for way back when the announcement was first made. So I'm excited to check this guy out. We got him Rainbow Status Max Links. He's one of the first World Tournament LRs I was able to grind out, mostly because his release was right when I started Dokkan. So I was able to grind him out during that time. So let's go ahead, let's take a look at what he's doing here now that he's EZA and see how it compares to what he was doing before. So now he randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to TEQ key spheres. He gets attack 60% per TEQ key spheres obtained. He gets key 5 and reduces damage received by 50% with 4 or more key spheres obtained. He also has a high chance of forming a critical hit with 4 or more TEQ key spheres, and defense 100% before attacking, and defense 100% as the first attacker in a turn. He also launches an additional attack that's a high chance of becoming a super attack and chance of evading an enemy's attack, including super attack 30% as the second or third attacker in the turn. He also has defense 60% and chance for evading enemy's attack 30% when all allies are extreme class. And of course, he can restore his youth with the Dragon Balls from the 7th turn from the start of battle, or when facing a Dragon Ball Seeker, or Goku's family, or Dragon Ball Saga, or not, World Tournament, sorry. Dragon Ball Saga, World Tournament, or Dragon Ball Seekers, which none of the bosses we're fighting are. So we are actually up against the Gogeta Memorial Battle, just because it's a little bit longer, so it gives us some time to work here. So we got the 9 TEQ key spheres here, and look at what we're starting with. So that's the thing. He is a nuker, but he's a tight nuker, so you really have to make sure that you're grabbing his specific key spheres in order for him to function well. We are running him on Int Boo's team, mostly because, I mean, I'd like to run him on AGL Vegeta's team, or even in Hirudegarn's team, because that would give us access to Broly's domain to test him out. But this works just as well, giving us access to Kid Buu. So here we are. We're going to take a super here. It is post-super. We had a crazy amount of orbs obtained. We get 25. Perfect. So, all right, honestly, not that bad. So we're also running the stage because it is a tad bit easier, and the only reason we need a tad bit easier is because we have the TEQ Demon King Piccolo and the Int Demon King Piccolo on the team here, which are just here as link batteries for our Demon King Piccolo. So I mean, that's the main reason we're doing what we're doing here. Perfect. Okay. Alright, and then we're just going to let our Buu tanks build up here. Going to let Buu do his thing. And then we're going to send off we're going to send off Kid Buu. Now, the thing about Demon King Piccolo is he does raise his attack on his 18 key. So you do want to try to get that 18 key for him, just so he can build up his attack until he transforms. Because once he transforms, you're not going to be able to build his attack anymore. And he just is what he is. There we go. Okay, we get an additional super with Int Buu. Perfect. And then I think Kid Buu is going to wrap it up here. Look at that. 11 million. Perfect. Alright, so that takes us into the TEQ phase here. Alright, let's do this number. There we go. We'll get 10 key spheres here. Looking at... Alright. Pretty good on the attack. Defense, of course, does leave a lot to be desired. I think his defense does get a little bit better once he's changed. So we'll have to see what happens here. There we go. So 13 million on the attack stat here. So looking pretty good for our second appearance. There we go. And we get the normal. So, okay. This has me a little bit scared. Wow, 100k, and can we dodge? Yes, thank goodness. Okay, So we live to fight another turn, but we are taking 100k. Why are we taking so much this turn? Alright, so... Alright, not looking as good as we want, but of course that is why we have the Boo rotation here, to make up for anything lost. Alright, let's do that, and let's see if the next turn transforms any extra key spheres for us. There we go, and we get an additional super. Oh man, Boo just popping off here. There we go. Alright, and then now we can get some raises on Buhan. Excellent, we get another attack raise. Oh, perfect. So we can sneak out one more attack out of... Okay. Yes, perfect. We get one extra defense raise here with Int Boo. Perfect. Excellent. Alright. So one thing I noticed when using the... Oh man, this might be dangerous. Okay, so I am going to use a Whis here because we have both Boo, who is... Can we... Oh, we don't even link with him. Wow. Okay, we have Boo with no links, who hasn't gotten any build, and of course, we saw how much this guy took from the last phase. He's only going to take more in this phase, so we're actually just going to use the Whis here. I can pretty much assume, based on what we saw before that, on the normals, he's probably going to be fine. But, oh yeah, especially with that defense, look at that. He'll be fine on the normals. It's going to be those supers that are... that might be dangerous for us. But this is our last turn of build, and things are going to shift dramatically for him. Alright, so nice. Let's do that. Alright, and then we'll send off the Kid Boo here. Yeah, so again, the Whis is just to protect... nice, we get a dodge there. Okay, 12 million this turn. So the Whis is just here to protect that TEQ Demon King Piccolo, who we are going to switch off next turn. Once we transform. There we go. We get another dodge. Alright, he can... I think... There we go. I think he can super twice here, so we could be in trouble depending on who he decides to super. Alright, Alright, we get the dodge. I did build that Demon King Piccolo full dodge, so that helped us. Although, I mean, I guess it didn't really matter. Alright, so let's do that number. Okay, let's do that. Ooh, okay, this might be a little bit dangerous, but let's see what happens. Maybe we shouldn't have grabbed all those key spheres with Int Boo. Alright, we get another super out of Int Boo. I mean, we're probably pretty fine with all things this turn, simply because we do have another Whis up. Excellent. Get another super. Alright, Boo, do your thing. And then next turn, we'll have Kid Boo, and then we can go ahead and transform him, since then he'll activate Big Bad Boss for us. And of course, we get the dodge. Wow, okay, that did a lot. Okay, so now we got the transformation into his youth form. Okay, pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Alright, so let's see here. Alright, so let's take a look at what he's doing. So now that we've transformed him, we did recover HP, as you guys saw. We get key 6 and defense 100%. We randomly change the key spheres to tech key spheres. We get 66% attack per key sphere, per key sphere obtained, so it doesn't have to be tech anymore. And high chance performing a critical hit, plus an additional chance performing a critical hit, 6% per tech key sphere obtained. Starting from the 4th. Then, with 3 or more tech key spheres obtained, we reduce damage received by 66% for 6 turns. From the entry turn. Then we reduce damage received by 10% per key sphere obtained up to 66, starting from the 7th turn. So for first 6, we get 66, as long as we get 3 or more key spheres. And then after that, to get 66, we have to just keep getting key spheres, which isn't that hard to do. We also get defense 100% as the first attack during the turn. We launch an additional attack that has a 50% chance of becoming a super attack, and chance of evading enemies' attack 30% as the second or third attack during the turn. Also has an additional defense 66% and chance of evading when all allies are extreme. So he's basically doing what he did before, but times that by 11. So, wow, that's really bad. Okay, so we're actually gonna have to stick him. We're actually gonna stick him here in slot 1. So we'll get 5 key spheres here. So we won't have that. I mean, that's still pretty good. Like, look at where he's at, 5 key spheres. But it's just because we gotta kind of protect. There we go. Okay, yeah. See, that's exactly why. Okay, how much is this gonna do? A lot. Okay. Oh, okay, we could be in trouble here. I can never get this dude to die, so 12 million here. And we're not raising our attack anymore, so this is pretty much where we're capped out at, obviously. I mean, there we go, we get an additional super attack. I mean, it's not... okay, I shouldn't say this is where we're capped out at, but, I mean... obviously, we need more key spheres. Oh, this is dangerous. Oh, okay, this is really dangerous. This is really dangerous. Okay, we get the dodge. Ooh, okay. Somehow we made it through that. I don't know how, but we did. Okay, and then we recover HP. Perfect. Okay, let's do this number. Alright, and then... yeah, let's do that number. Perfect. Alright, excellent. So we'll get one more turn, I think, out of the Demon King Piccolo, and this it's not going to be the best turn. Well, I mean, we'll see. It'll be a turn. Alright. Now, I'm pretty sure... oh, yeah. Okay. Buhan is definitely going to finish up the turn here for us. With one attack, because Int Boo decided to go ham here. There we go. Okay, so now we're in the Gogeta Blue phase. Alrighty, so let's see here. And again, it did it again. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Oh, I don't think that's gonna... yeah, that's not gonna fall the way I want it to. What if we do this? Okay, let's do that with him. Would prefer the tech key spheres, but I mean, we'll have to do what we have to do. Alright, so looking here, we got pretty good attack, defense. The damage reduction is still going to be fine here. So My only worry is this guy. He's not that built up yet. That's my only concern. But I do want to see how much damage he takes here. This is tough. Alright, so I think we are going to have to use Boo's. We're going to have to use his effects. So Demon King Piccolo will survive the normals here. Gogeta's normals here are 600k, I think. And his super hits for over 2 million. I don't think he can survive a super pre-super, but I do know that no matter what happens here, that Int Piccolo is dead. So we're just going to go ahead and use Boo's effect here. Alright, let's do this.
Time to get serious.
Alright, so we do get the Dokkan attack, so it'll be interesting to see how much damage we can actually do here. We only got 7 keys here, so it's not even the best we could have really gotten out of him. Maybe next turn, if we have a second turn, when we have Kid Buu on the rotation, we'll use a Whis again, and we'll see if we can actually get a good key sphere change, because that was actually kind of really... The 3 turns he's been on so far, we've had terrible key orbs. Okay, that's pretty good. 17 million. Granted, that is the Dokkan attack. There we go. Get an additional super out of Buu. Okay. So see, now again we're in trouble, so let's go ahead. We're gonna have to do this again to protect that TEQ Piccolo. I don't want to use the Whis just yet. We'll use it on the next turn. Alright, so let's grab that. Perfect. Alright, and we got a whole bunch of orbs here that could be potentially changed, so let's hope we change the right ones when Piccolo comes back around next turn. Alright, we get an additional super with Int Buu. Okay, we get another additional super. This dude has just not been missing supers at all, and we haven't even revived yet. That's the worst part. There we go. Critical hit. 18 mil on the Buhan. No big bad boss is active, by the way. Alright, we get an additional super. Okay, we get another additional super. Perfect. Okay, I was a bit worried he was gonna do too much damage and take him out, but he doesn't. Perfect. Okay, this is exactly what I needed to happen. Okay. So, alright, we'll take 8. I can live with 8. 8 is good. Okay. We're gonna use that Whis to protect the Int one here. It's a pretty good attack stat on him for a free-to-play unit. Granted, this is with Kid Buu support, though, so, I mean, take that with it for what you will. So let's see how we do things here. Again, we should be fine on the normals, which we would have been with or without the Whis. It's that 2 million super that we're a bit worried about, because only with 66% damage reduction, this could still potentially do a... Well, no, because now with the Whis, it's 100% damage reduction, so we actually should be fine here. Yeah, but without it, 60%, that would be... We would still take a lot from a 2 million super. But I do like seeing that attack stat on a free-to-play unit. There we go. We get the additional super. I wish they would have just kept him on his 18 keys stacking even after transform. I feel like that would have been fine. Even with the greater boost that we get. There you go. Okay. Even though he is getting a greater boost per key sphere obtained, I would have liked to have seen him with... continuing to stack. It's unfortunate we couldn't really get him on a domain team. It's just there's literally no friends on the friend list for Vegeta or for Hirudegarn right now, so we kind of had to just make do with Boo's team because it's like his only other viable 200% team, and it still kind of works out. He is seemingly pretty good. I don't know that I would trust him slot 1 in some of these newer events, right? 66% damage is a lot, but as we saw, his start of turn defense was, you know, only around 2 to 300k, which even with 66% damage reduction, we're still going to take some big numbers. We might survive some of these bigger supers, but then, as you can see, right, we're only at those numbers because we're linked with some of his better partners who also support, which, I mean, you're not really going to be using in some of these other events. But for a free-to-play unit, he's pretty good for his first step in the EZA process. Right? Who knows, right? We may start getting more super EZAs for LR free-to-play units that may change the ball game entirely. But for now, for an LR EZA for a World Tournament one, no less, this guy is pretty good. He's about par for the course for World Tournament EZAs. So I'm really, really happy with this, that he turned out so well. Now we just need to find a home for him. So guys, that's it for the video. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, what are your thoughts on the Demon King Piccolo EZA? I think he looks great. I think they did a phenomenal job for a free unit. I mean, he's about as good as you can expect. I wouldn't expect much more from him, but I'm curious to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.